Why, hello. We have an EOS. I don't even know what year. Maybe it's 2012. Customer complains. Car's hard to start. It's black smoke. And smells like gas. Doesn't smell like gas inside, so that's good. Ooh, push button. Hard start. There's a misfire. Where's the black smoke? We got black smoke. Black smoke. Should definitely misfiring. You can see the check engine light flashing. Let's see. Turn off the radio. That's what it feels like. I'm shaking like a leaf. So, I have a preliminary thought. We're going to have a leaky injector. Sorry, I gave it some gas and it just didn't want to go. I think we have an injector that's not even, it's probably just pouring fuel in there, would be my thought. Could be something else. We could be totally off. Could have a hole in the piston. So let's find out, shall we? Let's get inside. We'll scan it and find out which cylinder is the one that's throwing all them. Transmission doesn't work either, Jesus. I wonder if that's because the engine's throwing codes. Anyway, let's get to scanning it. Engine. Let's see what we got. Misfire on cylinder 3. Cylinder disabling. Cool. Alright, let's copy those. Put those on the ticket. I would turn you towards the computer, but it's other people's information there, and I don't want you to watch that. It's not your stuff. Paste that right there. All right, cylinder 3. Let's see how it acts when we give it a clear real quick and then restart it. Will it clear itself up is the question. If we re-enable that cylinder, because sometimes when the cylinder disabling happens, it'll just keep it off. I don't know if it checks it every time. Hard start persists though. It seems like it's firing. It doesn't, it's not, it's shaking a decent amount. Let's see. 15, 16. Oh, nope. There we go. Cylinder 1's dead missing. Or, sorry, no, 1-3. Yeah, it's not doing poop. Alright, well, let's go investigate that cylinder. First thing we can do, I'll actually show you a quick trick with the scope. Let's see if we can do this and see how well it works. Because we want to check for the health of the engine and make sure mechanically it is acceptable. So what we're going to do is a comparative, what is the technical term? Relative compression test. There we go. So I'm gonna get my amp clamp, put it around here, and then we are going to crank it over. I'm gonna put a trigger off the coil, and we will see. Yeah, I'll do the injector. I don't know. Probably do the injector. And that way we can tell which one's 3. Or we can tell which cylinder is having a problem. All right, well, I'm not gonna say I lied, but I want to try this one first, which is the classic switching of the coils. We're just gonna swap 3 with, let's see, the firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. We'd want to switch it with 2. And that's fun because I didn't even unplug that one yet. And also, that one is new looking. That coil looks new. I wonder if somebody else has already tried this. And then they gave up when they're like, you know what? Coil didn't fix it. So let's see. Also, let's see. This one's broke. That one's broke. Oh, we're off to a great start. Yep. Yep. NGK coil. I might have put this one in, who knows? Oh, I was gonna, yeah, I was gonna switch 4. I was like, wait, because it's 1, 3, 4, 2. I guess we'd want to switch with 2 because 2 would be the furthest away because it's, yeah. There we go. Granted, they're not companion cylinders, but the piston comes up at the same time. But like I said, we'll give this a shot. I don't expect this to work. If it does, I will be pleasantly surprised. The reason I don't think it will work is because he was complaining of the gas smell. So, let me go fire it up. Whoa. Alright, so you should see, theoretically, that one right there go nuts. Let's see. Nope, this didn't move, still on 3. Although there was a couple on 2. Alright, now it's time for a relative compression test. So here's our relative compression test. Here's the amperage. There's the coil firing. So you got 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. You see, so I don't see anything there that looks out of whack offhand. Maybe. 1, 3, 4. This would be the second would be 3. I mean, maybe a touch, just slightly lower than the other one. So it might have a little bit of an issue, but it's not obvious. It's not like it's missing. I've had some where they're missing. And how did I capture this? I got my little Pico. This is just a high amp clamp. It's actually backwards, so I had to invert the signal, but whatever. And then I just took my secondary ignition probe and taped it to the #1 coil, so that way it'd at least give me something to, if it bumped the needle, that was, which is what it did, and that, you know, good enough. Tells me when #1 was firing, or supposed to be. All right, and what the other thing I did was disconnected the injector connector, because I don't know if there's a fuse. I don't think there is. These are all ECU controlled directly, so I don't even bother looking for a fuse. I just unplug it there. It's way easier to find. Anyway, so I guess now we're going to take that plug out and have a look, see what it looks like down in there with the Borescope. Let's record this. Lordy, that's a lot of oil on top of that piston. In there. I don't think that's oil, I think that's gasoline. Let's see. Oh, yep, I can see it. You see that motion? Stupid camera. That's the injector leaking. Oh, spin around in here. There we go. Oh, yeah, you can see it right there. Drip, 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 drip. Yup. We need to replace an injector. Awesome. Fantastic. Stellar. Man, we're killing it today. So this, leaking in the injector right there. We got to change that injector. Then we can get this misfire, hopefully, to stop. I don't know if there's been serious damage because that cylinder's been washed out. Got so much oil in there. This thing fires up for the first time when we get that all clean. I might need to actually spray a little carb cleaner down in there and spin the engine over without the plug in it so it'll blow out anything. But yeah, it's gonna need the intake removed and we're gonna have to do an injector in that one. So let's go see what the customer wants to do. But for the purposes of this video, we figured it out. So as to polish off the video, what we did was you wanted to gather data. So we gathered data. It's got a misfire on 3. If we swap the coils, will it move? It will not move. It still stayed and misfired in the same spot. We did a relative compression test, which was pretty simple. It was okay. There was nothing obvious. And then lastly was the visual, because that involves taking out the coil and the plug. These things you didn't have to take apart hardly anything. So Just remember, when you're making your plans, try to keep them as simple as you can. And if you need to, write them down. That's why I have this whole whiteboard and my portable whiteboard.